Hello, YouTube. This is Charles or the Destroyer. I'm a little out of it. This isn't the second time I had to hit record. Anyway, we're gonna watch MoistCr1TiKaL explain the Dr. Disrespect situation. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't know who Dr. Disrespect is, I guess. But yeah, he's gonna explain something to us because the situation just got worse apparently. I don't know. Anyway, grab your snackies, grab your bevies, and let's get to watching. And maybe I won't accidentally stop the recording like a second in this time.
Wow. What a crazy day this has been. I'm sure pretty much all of you that clicked on this video already know about what's happened with the Dr. Disrespect situation.
Because I don't know who it is.
To catch you up to speed with the briefest previously on Dragon Ball Z recap, Dr. Disrespect was the face of Twitch. In 2020, he was mysteriously banned from the...
I'm eating a cracker. What do you mean this motherfucker was the face of Twitch and I've never heard of him before? Okay.
Platform, and not a peep had ever been uttered about why. This was a secret more guarded than the Krabby Patty formula. I really thought we'd never know the reason that Dr. Disrespect was banned. I thought they'd be taken to the grave. I thought we'd crack faster than light travel before we ever learned what the reason behind it was. But then from out of nowhere on just an average quiet Friday night, a former Twitch employee dropped a bomb.
What fucking day is it? It's Wednesday.
Shell allegation claiming that Dr. Disrespect was banned due to sexting a minor through the Twitch Whispers service. Now, there was never any screenshots or evidence provided to support that claim. However, some other parties came forward saying that they had...
What is God's Lap? What is this? Anyway, is it like a card game?
all heard a similar reason behind the ban. Dr. Disrespect then made a response to that statement, which was less than satisfactory for most people with a functioning frontal lobe, because he talked very vaguely about it and didn't actually outright deny the claim at all. So then he made a follow-up statement which aimed to provide a little more clarity, but it was still pretty vague, and both of these seemed to have like a lot of legalese talk to him to try, like, kind of tiptoe around the topic itself. So both of his responses, like the tweets, weren't received overly well. It was like he just kept stepping on a rake like in a cartoon and hitting himself in the face. He wasn't doing himself favors with his statements. Okay. But then the credibility of the source behind this allegation started to be called into question, because people did digging through their Twitter and found out they'd actually been dangling this carrot in front of their audience about they know the reason Dr. Disrespect's been banned, and if you buy tickets to their concert, they might reveal it. So then...
What? Is some deal with a concert? You think it's a comic book series? Okay. A concert? Yeah.
And people started to question that. And then today, Dr. Disrespect released another statement where he admitted to the claim of talking to a minor through Twitch Whispers inappropriately. However, he denies that there was any real intent behind the messages, which is a crazy thing to say. Like, if any of you have watched To Catch a Predator, you'll recognize that tactic, that little maneuver right there, because that's something that was pretty frequent on that show. When a predator went down and talked with Chris Hansen, a lot of them said that same thing pretty much. Like, oh, no, I didn't mean any of that. I was actually just teaching them a lesson about talking to strangers and the dangers of it. There was never any real intent behind the things that were said. Like, that's a very weird thing to try and say. So let's just go through his statement first, though. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a statement. Let's cut the bullshit.
I'm still, like, so... I have never heard of this man in my life. And he was apparently the face of Twitch in 2020. I mean, I guess I don't think I was streaming then. Like, I got back into streaming like during the pandemic. So maybe he was big during the time when I wasn't streaming, I guess. I don't know, cause like I'm like, I don't know who this is. And like generally, I feel like I am semi-aware of a lot of big streamers, even if I don't have any interaction with them. And by interaction, I don't, of course, mean like they interact with me, of course. But I mean like don't necessarily watch them. I don't watch their circles. And by okay, when I say circles, I mean like generally big streamers will stream with other big streamers or whatever. And it's like a social circle almost, and I don't watch a lot of them. So like, but I'm kind of like semi-aware of them, right? Oh, hydrate, okay. So like, I'm just like, I've never heard of this man. Okay, anyway.
As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. For those that don't know, I forgot to mention this in my lore exposition on this. His company that he found...
You know what, right? You're valid. There's a lot of big streamers that I just probably don't fucking know about. But like, if he's like, this is such a big deal, he's the quote unquote face of Twitch in this time frame, and he got banned, and it was such a big deal because no one said anything. What? Okay, when Mixer was taking some of Twitch's biggest streamers, Twitch signed some big streamers to contracts. Dr. Disrespect was the most vocal and controversial. The dude is also 42 years old. Okay.
Midnight Society Game Studio, which had been working on a game with him for a long time, announced yesterday that they were going to be terminating him after they conducted an investigation, and after they assumed his innocence, found something through their investigation that made them uncomfortable keeping him around, so they let him go.
Yep.
So that's why he's mentioning them here. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families. I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Now, before getting into the rest of this, I do want to mention, Midnight Society themselves said that he was terminated. Here he's saying that he stepped down like it was a mutual decision. I don't know if this is like a you can't fire me, I quit type of situation, you know, turn in the badge and the gun and go your separate way as a lone wolf, or what? Like, there's just a bit of a discrepancy whether he was terminated by Midnight Society or if he himself and them left on good terms where he agreed to step down. Ultimately, the point is he's no longer associated with that studio anymore after they conducted their own investigation into the subject. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years.
I wonder how true that is. I wonder how true I wasn't allowed to say anything. Because if he was on contract, it might be legitimate. Like, Twitch might have been like, you can't stream with us anymore, but like, they had you on contract and there's like a clause or whatever that you can't fucking say anything. I don't know.
Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, the doc actually edited this statement twice. So initially, he posted it with the word minor in it, saying, were there messages with an individual minor? The answer is yes. But then shortly after he published it, he edited the word minor out of it. So he removed that. He redacted it like a fucking CIA document, trying to bury it, just snapping it out of existence. So then it read, were there messages with an individual? The answer is yes. But people were quick to notice the edit. And you can actually check edit history on Twitter, which I didn't know you can do. But you could...
I didn't know you could do that on Twitter. To be fair, I don't get the special Twitter shit. Like, I don't pay for Twitter. So, like, for me, it's like, no, you don't get to edit shit. You gotta, like, completely delete it and make a new tweet. This is wild. Like, this is... Because, like, I know in other, like, Discord, I think back in the day, maybe Tumblr, like, the other social, like, other, I'm getting there. Other places, you can, if something's edited, it will either say that it's been edited or like it will have a mark that it's been edited, or you can like just go back and see if it had been edited, if that makes sense. So sure, why not?
Clearly see that the original no longer matched the current one because he took the word minor out. So when people caught him red-handed, he just edited it one more time to put the word minor back into it. Now, there is a lot to say about just that small chunk right there, but I'm going to finish reading the statement first before we really dive into the weeds of it.
Oh, it's not done?
Now, from a moral standpoint,
more?
I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on these things with those type of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always shown me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say this. To all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real-life experience, I don't give a fuck about you.
This man was like uber famous, right? Buddy, imagine being like this uber famous, like Twitch streamer or whatever, that I assume you have a decent amount of people reaching out to you, wanting to be buddy with you, wanting to have potentially inappropriate whispers with you, whatever, and you pick someone underage. Like you have choices, and that's the one that you picked. 'Cause like, why? I mean, you could have picked someone that was like 18, and like it would still be kind of like, that's a little young for you, my dude. But like, at least it's legal, right? Like, bruh. What? Dude made a decision. He made it. He had a choice. Okay.
Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, darling.
Actual Wolf of Wall Street energy. I'm not fucking leaving. And I'm not the same guy that made this statement all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. He tries to close this statement with a really hard, cheesy 80s action movie one-liner. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You're lucky you didn't blow the welds off the intake. I'm not leaving. It's really kind of ridiculous to put that there with accusations like this. These are super serious. Like, this isn't something people take lightly at all. In his own statement, he has openly admitted to messaging a minor and had conversations that were inappropriate, or as he said, leaned into being inappropriate. Now, what's not clear, and what a lot of people are coping with, is that maybe Dr. Disrespect didn't know the age of the person he was communicating with, but I truly feel
I mean, that's valid, because, like, I say that's valid to a point. There is a whole situation of, like, you can just fucking lie on the internet. I mean, who's gonna... some of y'all know how old I am. Some of y'all really, really fucking don't. Based on some YouTube comments I occasionally get. So, like, it's kind of... It's not hard to lie on the internet. I don't know. I mean, every time I talk to someone who's significantly younger than me, which, to be fair, I'm not talking really to anyone who's a minor. That seems kind of weird. I run a convention. Sometimes they will go through, like, contact the convention and ask a question about whether or not they're able to run like a fan panel or something like that, or like what the age limit for something is, right? But anytime I talk with like some of my staff members that are just starting out in college and they're like 18 or like 20 or something like that, I'm like, you're a child and you're using language I don't understand. I'm an old person. Like I feel like you can kind of based on how people, so different ages like communicate in different ways, right? And you can kind of see sort of using like the language or how they use emojis or like whatever, right? Like the kind of, you can kind of tell, but like, would you not just be like, hey, we gonna talk? You not gonna be like, how old are you? Like something, I don't know. A ukulele might have made a difference. That's funny. You should have brought out a ukulele. Based on YouTube comments, you believe I'm a 17-year-old boy. The internet would never lie. Oh my god. Hi Emerald, how's it going? It just like, you know, I feel like I'd be paranoid as hell. Like, I'm honest. Like, if this was, God, someone had to explain Riz to me once. I still don't get, and I don't understand why Skibbity Toilet's funny. Got is goddamn. Okay. Well, now I understand that. Oh god, no. Where was I going with that conversation? Oh, you should fucking ask. I don't know. Like, I'd be paranoid as hell. I'd be like, how old are you? Like, I don't... Listen, too many people that I have watched content of got absolutely destroyed off the internet because they were, like, talking to people who were underage. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? You get some fame and you're like, ah, yes, the minors are available to me. No, they're not. Like, just stop. Don't be a predator. Like, just, I don't, is no one else paranoid? Again, I am therapist approved, actively both paranoid. Like we know I'm paranoid. Is no one else like just a little bit paranoid about this? Like, do you see this as a badge of honor or something? It's weird. This is weird. I don't understand grown-ass people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna talk up this minor. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't, like, why? Also, I'm gonna be honest, if it's like, first of all, get therapy. Second of all, don't do it. And third, it's like, that's not something that is impressive. That's sad. Because to me, I'm just like, okay, so people your own age look at you and go, no. Like, you know, it's like, that's not impressive. Are you pathetic? Like, you know, this is maybe just me being mean. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, it's not impressive. It's you're making me feel like, you know, you're kind of a loser. Anyway,
If that was the case, Dr. Disrespect would have mentioned that, saying that he had those communications with this person that he believed was of age but turned out to be a minor. I think if that was the reality...
I mean, that's also another thing. It's like, hey, it's the internet. Bro, I did not know this person was a minor. But if they, like, we did this deep dive and we did this, like, what's the word? God. Oh no, the word is gone. We investigated and we read all your things and you knew that this person wasn't of age. Then, like, come on. Why would you do that?
Of that situation, if he truly communicated with someone that he thought was of age but turned out to be a minor, I think he would have mentioned that in this statement, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't say that he was under the impression he was communicating with an adult. He just says that he had conversations with an individual minor.
Yep.
He doesn't say anything like, oh, they were actually one day away from being 18, or I really thought they were, you know, in their 20s, or anything like that. And I think if that was...
Listen, Juliet law doesn't apply if you're in your, like, 30s, okay? Like, that's...
What happened, it would have been mentioned here. I really do. But there's no mention of that. So it's hard to give that benefit of the doubt that he didn't know, because I think he would have mentioned if that was the case. I also think it's pretty telling that some of the closest people to Dr. Disrespect...
Is he gonna read this? Okay, as Kumo said, I'm on some pain management medication because I had surgery last week, so I don't know if this is ever gonna hit YouTube. If it does, I'm so sorry. That's why I'm like I'm having a hard time. That's all I'm saying. Is he going to read this? This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies and has not gone through any legal or PR approval. I don't know who Robert Bowling is either, but I don't know who anybody is. I already said that like 20 times. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you, period. I promise to only act on facts, and I did. Yeah, I agree with that.
They're coming forward saying how unacceptable it was and distancing themselves from him, because if he didn't know that he was communicating with a minor, he probably would have told them at the very least, but they're not saying that either. So here's Robert Bowling, one of his business partners here, saying,
okay,
if you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did. So I just really don't think there's a...
I'm really amusing myself because I'm literally pointing at things as if you guys can see me point at the things. I'm so sorry.
A whole lot of wiggle room about Doc not knowing that he was communicating with a minor. Like, I feel like there's been plenty of opportunities now for that information to have come out from somewhere, but nobody is saying that other than people theorizing and hoping that maybe that's the case. But Doc himself has never said that that was a possibility. He'd never even hinted that he didn't know the person's age, and the people closest to him aren't saying that either. So I really think that it's likely that he did know.
This thing is very distracting to me. I'm gonna be 100%. Like, I'm trying to get through this video, but this thing is distracting the hell out of me. This is a 12-minute video. It's been 22 minutes.
And he still had these conversations that leaned to being inappropriate with someone he knew to be a minor, which is fucking disgusting. Now, there are people still defending this, saying, well, he didn't go to jail for it, so what's the big deal? Can't wait for the next stream, Doc. Firm handshakes. Like, there's people that are just dismissing this as not a big deal, which is insanity. I think that is pure lunacy. I can't fucking believe some of what I'm reading here from people that are just writing this off.
I really feel like it depends on your fan base, because there's definitely people that I used to follow that got fired from companies or whatever. That, I mean, to be fair, I'm not actively trying to watch their content anymore, right? But like, that had similar allegations, or maybe it was just that he was cheating. I don't remember. But like, had similar allegations, and is just like, as far as I'm aware, just gone off the internet. Like, is bye. But I'm just like, maybe it's just like the people that watched them. To be fair, they weren't really just a standalone streamer. They worked in a like company that made content, so maybe that's why. But like, you know, and I'm like, okay, but like, oh, that's horrible, and it's upsetting in every conceivable way, and goodbye. I'm not gonna watch your content because I don't want you to get money off me, because like, this is a horrible thing that you've done. Please seek out therapy. You need therapy. Please seek it out. Like, bye. But like, I guess this guy's base watchers are just like, nah, it's fine. I'm gonna continue watching that. This is messy. I don't know.
It's not a big deal because it's a streamer they like. An adult communicating inappropriately with a minor is bad. Full stop. It's inexcusable. No matter how you spin it, that is a horrible thing. Now, He may not have met up with the minor in question. However, was that his decision? Was he the one that decided not to meet up with him? Because with the information that's been come out, now, again, keep in mind, we don't have access to the chat log, like the conversations that took place, but from all the sources that have come out from, like, Bloomberg and all.
This thing is supposed to be a crane game that his viewers can use if they ever figure out the tech. Just listen, if I was sitting here and I was like doing my little thing talking to you guys, right? And this thing just starts fucking making noises behind me, I would lose my absolute shit. Like, that would scare the shit out of me. You guys would probably absolutely use it now that I think about it. Like, if that was available to you guys, you would probably use it to freak me out all the time.
But it sounds like the conversation they had did talk about meeting up at TwitchCon. So, that right there shows pretty real intent to meet up with this person. And who knows, maybe it was the minor that ultimately got uncomfortable with this whole thing and called it off, not the doc. We don't know for sure. The only thing we do know for sure with what the doc just confirmed is that he was talking inappropriately with a minor, which is a terrible, terrible thing. And even his closest friends are saying they can't defend it, it's inexcusable. And they're right. It is inexcusable. But there are still people trying to defend it, as pathetic as that is. Yeah. And Dr. Disrespect claims that he's going to come back at some point. And I have no doubt when he does, he's still going to have a massive audience.
I mean, he's on YouTube, right? Like, I think he was, like, live a little. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. When I looked it up, I was like, Dr. Disrespect. Because the first one I saw was not MoistCr1TiKaL. It was, Asmongold clip. And it was like 2 minutes. And I'm like, 2 minutes isn't enough time to give me all the information because I have no idea what's going on. So I typed in, like, Dr. Disrespect, Twitch ban, whatever. Or Dr. Disrespect first. Because I'm not thinking. And I think it, like, pulled up his thing. And I thought it said live, but maybe not. I don't know.
I can already tell, based on the amount of people jumping through hoops, trying to find ways of justifying this and spinning it in ways where he doesn't look evil. Which is impossible, but they're doing their best. So I know when he comes back, he will probably have tons of viewers and tons of donations out the fucking wazoo, saying things like, keep your head up, Doc, don't let cancel culture get you down. It's just a fucking cancel culture mob that came after you. You're a victim of that mob, that's it. Which is just so unhinged. He has openly admitted, in his own words, to inappropriately talking to a minor. It's just craziness. So, that's the update to this whole Dr. Disrespect ban situation. That's really about it. So, yeah.
That was abrupt. That was just an abrupt ending to that. Okay. Thanks for that.